Jim, the presidential debates begin tonight. Will you be watching?
Of course.
And what are you going to watch for? What are you listening for?
Okay, I'm listening for 47%. I think about the dollar stores today, Family Dollar, and how good business is. I didn't want to own the stock, but these are the 47% who are entitled, who aren't going to vote for Romney. I mean, we get these things like the so-called Biden gaffe about the buried middle class. Oh, forget it. That 47% figure, I bet that comes up tonight.
Oh, and he's going to try to defend it.
Well, look, we are not two nations. We're one nation, and we are at a hard time in this country, and I'm in the Jon Stewart camp on this. Jon Stewart does
Jon
this.
Stewart, who's gone after you?
Easy come, easy go. Jon said he mentioned me in the show last night, saying that my dad was one of the good guys in this election stuff. Although he said he felt angry that I had a father or something. It was some bizarre thing. Listen, all's fair. But I do come back to a really interesting series of pieces that Stewart did on the BS mountain of Romney.
Wow.
I mean, Romney's in a different world, and he doesn't have touch. Now, look, candidly, I have been able to accumulate some means over time. But I remember when I lived in my car and I had a jaundiced liver and there was no health care and I didn't have enough money to call home and had been burglarized and was constantly bumping up against a society that just viewed me as a loser. But I had been robbed of everything. I mean, I was working really hard. And it always reminds me of, look, there's people who aren't robbed, but they're just in that situation. And I just don't think they could ever, I think you're going to listen to Obama talk of being a champion of those people. And I think it still resonates with a lot of people in this country. That's a view that resonates.
So compassion will win out over
yes.
pragmatism.
I take a lot of cues from my kids. And, Romney is the least cool man. It's like Nixon, the least cool man in the room. Remember those great books about Nixon? They were like Nixon agonistas and Hunter Thompson. And Nixon, of course, turned out to be far more liberal than Romney. But Nixon was really uncool, and yeah. Romney is, wow. I don't think he resonates at all with.
All right, so ultimately you're going to be listening for economic stuff.
Yes,
and
economic
specifically, stuff. And specifically his validation of that comment about
There's
the
more poor people in the country than there are rich people. Okay? It's a shame. It shouldn't be that way. But there's more voters who are poor than there are rich. And Romney, I think, is, unlike Reagan, a candidate that doesn't make you feel like he wants you to be rich. Like, I always thought that Reagan made you feel like, I voted for Reagan.
Aspirational.
Yeah, it was like, well, Reagan wanted everybody to be rich and he's going to help you get rich. I always feel like when I listen to Romney, it's like, listen, I'm rich, you're not.